What is up, Insaners, and welcome to another video where we'll be going through the top 5 double game week 19 teams to watch out for. We'll be talking about these teams and their fixtures along with players to consider for your FPL teams this week. Do watch the whole video if you want to know about the entire list of teams and players. In case you want to know about specific teams and players, we've given the timestamps in the description below. Those should help you with all the relevant sections. Do give a thumbs up if you like this video, subscribe to our channel Insanely Football if you're liking our FPL content, and don't forget to hit the bell icon if you want to get notified of our coming videos. Lots to cover in this one, so let's get started. Now just a small refresher before we start this video. For those of you who are unaware as to what is different about this week, we have a double game week in game week 19. Now what is a double game week? It is a game week where some of the teams have two fixtures, meaning they play twice in the same FPL game week. Now the first team to have a double game week is Chelsea. They play Fulham and Leicester away from home. Currently they're struggling in 9th place with 26 points. Out of the 8 games played away from home this season, they have won 3 and collected 11 points out of a possible 24. So not great numbers, but Frank Lampard is coming under a lot of pressure and would look to surely bounce back after assembling a very expensive team over the summer. We start with the Chelsea defense, which started very brightly early in the season but has faded away in the past few game weeks. Mendy has kept only 1 clean sheet in his last 7 games, having kept 5 in the 6 matches prior to that. At 5.1 million though, he has decent value and is surely looking to get some FPL points over these next 2 games. Coming to Chelsea defenders, it's a similar story with Kurt Zouma, Ben Chilwell and Reece James, dominating FPL in the early part of the season, but injuries to both Chilwell and James have hurt them badly. These 3 still remain decent value, sharing 7 goals and 6 assists between them. Kurt Zouma is a great option from corners and free kicks, scoring 4 goals so far this season. Surprisingly, he's Chelsea's second highest scorer this season, tied with Timo Werner and only behind Tammy Abraham, who has 6 goals to his name. Ben Chilwell has shown a lot of promise going forward and looks dangerous when he's fully fit. He's the 5th highest scoring defender in FPL this season, with 73 points, having played 3 less games for the Blues. Reece James has been particularly impressive in away games this season, creating 11 chances and getting an assist to his name in the process. He has been reported back in training ahead of Fulham's game this weekend, and the 21-year-old is definitely in contention for starting that one. It remains to be seen whether Lampard will risk him playing in both games, especially with Azpilicueta available as a backup, but he would surely get some minutes. Personally, if we had to go for someone, we would go the Chilwell route, considering he should start both games. He's a better option than James going forward and gives a higher ceiling for assists with the possibility of an odd goal, meaning higher attacking returns. Chelsea's midfield has been a bit of hit and miss this season. Christian Pulisic is probably the only name here worth taking a punt on. He has started the last 5 games for Chelsea and has an expected goal involvement of 1.76 in the last 4 game weeks. The problem with Pulisic is that he's not provided consistent returns, and at 8.2 million, there are better options in Jack Grealish and Wilfried Zaha, cheaper in price as compared to the US international. In attack, Timo Werner is an assured starter, but the numbers don't give a good reading. Werner has not scored in the last 9 game weeks and has provided only 3 assists in the same duration. His price is close enough to put him in the start of the premium category, and there are a few decent super affordable strikers out there to give him stiff competition for the returns that he's providing. If we had to choose from Chelsea, it would surely be their keeper Mendy for the clean sheets, or even Ben Chilwell for the additional attacking returns. Coming to the second team to watch out for this double game week, Liverpool. They've lost a bit of steam in the last few weeks with no wins in their last 3 games. They've fallen to second place, 3 points behind Manchester United, and play them in that huge top of the table clash this week at home. A win will take them to first place, having a better goal difference than Man United. The other game that they're playing is Burnley at home. Starting with their defenders, there are 2 standout picks, both their fullbacks, Trent Alexander-Arnold and Andrew Robertson. Both fall into the premium category of defenders and will take a lot of your budget. Robertson has been the pick of the 2 and is the highest scoring defender in FPL this season. The stats over the last 4 game weeks have been quite similar in terms of chances created, crosses delivered in the box, and overall expected goal involvement. If we had to pick one, we'll go with Robertson, considering the amount of chances is created along with the number of crosses that he's put so far this season for the Liverpool attackers to attack. Coming to the Liverpool midfield and attack, we have Mohamed Salah, who has been exceptional in terms of FPL points over the last few seasons. He scored 13 goals and assisted 4 so far. A lot of FPL managers are concerned since he's blanked in the last 3 games, but it is just a minor blip, and going without Mo Salah in the double game week can be a huge mistake. Mane provides more of a differential option when compared to Salah with only 7% ownership. His numbers in terms of chances created and goal attempts over the past 4 weeks have looked better than Salah, but somehow he's not been consistent in providing attacking returns. One should definitely go for Salah out of the two, as at a price range of around 12 million, you would expect a lot more consistency in terms of returns week in week out. Roberto Firmino is another option in Liverpool with only 4% ownership. He's typically not a striker who'll score 20 goals in the league every season, but is surely known for his overall work rate along with getting Salah and Mane into the game. Sadly, that doesn't translate into goals and more FPL points. Like Werner, his returns don't justify his price and better alternatives available elsewhere. The third team that we're covering today is probably the most talked about team for this double game week, Man City. They have 2 favourable fixtures in Crystal Palace and Aston Villa, playing both of them at home. They have a decent record at home this season, having won 5 of their last 8 games, losing only 1. They're definitely not scoring the same amount of goals as compared to last season, but look the best team in the league defensively. 3 standout options in terms of defense, Ruben Dias and John Stones at the center of defense. They both have formed a great partnership at the back, securing 6 clean sheets in the 7 games they've played together. Ruben Dias is probably just a bit more nailed on than Stones, but is also 0.8 million more expensive in price at the time of recording this video. If you don't have the budget or are thinking of investing the additional money in midfield, definitely go for Stones. Another defender that has hugely impressed this season is Joao Cancelo. He's way more attacking than the centre-back duo. Overall, he has been unlucky not to get more attacking returns. The best thing about him has been his positioning so far this season. He's been all over the pitch, playing in midfield, coming inside, even playing as a number 10 on a few occasions. He has accumulated a total of 10 bonus points this season, only 1 behind Kevin De Bruyne, showing how well he's performed in the game so far. The only issue with him is with Walker coming back in the mix, Pep might decide to rest him in one of the games, and that'll surely be a bummer. Now getting into City's midfield, a good range of options here, starting with the most essential pick, Kevin De Bruyne. He has put in 15 crosses in the last 4 game weeks, along with creating 8 chances for his City teammates. He's just behind Bruno Fernandes in terms of expected goal involvements for the last 4 game weeks. Pep said in his last post-match interview that KDB looked a bit tired and he might decide to rest him for a game or even manage his minutes. So that's a bit concerning, but in spite of that, a definite must-have going into the double game week. Other midfield options include Raheem Sterling. He's another premium midfielder who has somewhat underperformed this season. He scored 4 goals and provided 5 assists this season so far and doesn't look like he'll start both games for Man City. Third option in the City midfield is Phil Foden, who has returned double-digit hauls in his last 2 games. Not sure if he's going to start both games, but could definitely play a part in both. Playing the Pep Roulette has always been challenging, and we feel KDB is the most assured pick out of the 3. A definite captain's choice considering the difficulty level of both games. The fourth team that we're covering today is Manchester United. It's a great time to be a Manchester United fan, especially considering how they've performed in the Premier League so far. They're 3 points clear at the top and have led the Premier League for the first time since 2013. Their away form has been stellar this season, having won 7 of their 8 games played. They can go 6 points clear if they beat Liverpool at Anfield. By no means an easy task, and it'll take something special to beat Liverpool at Anfield, who are unbeaten there in 67 matches. Their other game is also away against Fulham, who have been tight at the back and have recorded 5 draws in their last 5 games, conceding only 3 goals in the process. Lots of Man United players to choose from. Starting with their defense, we have Harry Maguire, who's played well, and his partnership with Eric Bailly at the back has been solid. Maguire has started every game in the league for United and is an assured starter. He's helped United get 5 clean sheets and also possesses attacking threat from set pieces. A thing to note for Maguire is that he's on 4 yellow cards and might get suspended for the Fulham game if he gets one against Liverpool. Shaw finds himself in a similar situation with 4 yellows. He's injury prone and is at a bit more risk of rotation with Alex Telles in the mix. But at 4.8 million, he's great value, especially with his attacking runs and the ability to get an assist anytime during the game. Aaron Wan-Bissaka is another option for Man United at the back. He's not as attacking as Shaw, but is solid defensively and can surely secure a clean sheet against Fulham if not Liverpool. Coming to United's midfield, there are a couple of decent picks in Bruno Fernandes and Marcus Rashford. Bruno Fernandes has been United's best player this season by a distance, scoring 11 goals and assisting 8 times. He's got 8 double-digit hauls and 5 of those have been in away games. He could have been a good captaincy option, but like a few others, he's also on 4 yellow cards and could be unavailable for the Fulham game if he gets a yellow card against Liverpool. Marcus Rashford is another player who stood out this season for Man United. He scored 4 goals in his last 6 games and can be a great double-up option along with Fernandes in United's midfield. In attack, there is Anthony Martial and Edinson Cavani. Both of them should feature in these games, but who starts is a big question mark right now. The risk is quite high, and considering there are better options elsewhere, investing in United's defense and midfield looks like the way to go. Our top 5 is completed by West Ham United, who also have great fixtures in the double game week. They play Burnley and West Brom both at home. Their form has been a bit of a mixed bag. They've only won 1 of their last 5 games, having drawn 3 and losing 1. Both West Brom and Burnley are struggling at the bottom end of the table, and West Ham can better their 10th position and come close to the top 4 with wins in both games. West Ham have some great budget options in defense. The standout pick here is Aaron Cresswell. He's provided 6 assists and is among the top 5 defenders in terms of FPL points this season. Ogbonna and Soufal are cheaper options in the West Ham defense, which has kept 6 clean sheets overall. Soufal in particular provides a great attacking threat and has returned with 3 assists this season. In midfield, Thomas Souček is probably the best value option for West Ham. The Czech international has scored some crucial goals for the Hammers, netting 4 goals in his last 7 games. A lot of FPL managers have had him on their bench for most of the season. It's surely time to give a serious thought to Souček starting every game for your FPL team for the remaining season. He's a great option as a 5th midfielder in case you're going for 4 premiums across the middle. In attack, Mikel Antonio is nearing full fitness and should feature in the double game week. It is yet to be seen if he can last both games or his minutes will be managed by David Moyes. He's still a good punt for this week though, with only 3% ownership. So these are the top 5 teams that you should target for this double game week. There are a few more teams who also have a double game week, but we have included a special mention to Leicester City. They don't have the best of fixtures against Southampton and Chelsea, playing both of them at home, but have some decent players that you can target. In defense, Leicester's standout pick has been James Justin. The versatile defender can play in a number of positions in defense for Brendan Rodgers and has scored 1 goal and provided 2 assists so far this season. Leicester have kept 5 clean sheets, but that number can go up with some favourable fixtures coming after the double game week. Harvey Barnes and James Maddison provide a decent threat in Leicester's midfield. They both have been the best option in terms of FPL points and form a huge part of Leicester's creative output, scoring 9 goals and sharing 5 assists among them. Definitely ones to watch out for the next few game weeks. The biggest player in this list though is Jamie Vardy. The Leicester striker is having a decent season, having scored 11 goals already. He struggled a bit with a couple of knocks and niggles, and the last 5 games have been particularly tricky where he's only scored 1 goal, but he still has the quality to score against any opposition, especially the top sides in the Premier League. He's another decent option that you can go for this week. These are the top teams and some of the best players to focus on for this game week. That'll be all for this video guys. Hope you enjoyed this one. Don't forget to hit the like button if you found this video useful. Let us know in the comments below how are you preparing for the double game week 19. Do tell us what players are you targeting. Make sure to subscribe to the Insanely Football channel as well. Our next video will be on the game week 18 review and how we fared on our free hit chip. We had a decent week with the green arrow, all the analysis coming very soon, so do watch out for that as well. Till then, keep tinkering with your FPL teams, and I will see you Insaners next time.